Well, good afternoon. It's Saturday, November 1st at 12:25 in the afternoon, and the dogs and I have come over to the Cataraqui Trail just east of McGillivray Road, and we're heading towards Garter Lake, one of our favorite destinations. We don't do this walk very often, and I just wanted to do it once more before winter set in. I thought it would be nice to see it again at this mid-stage in autumn when most of the leaves have now fallen off. It's a gray, cloudy day at this point, 5 degrees and a brisk wind. So kind of cool. Some of the oaks are still holding on to their golden leaves here above the trailside marsh. And the marsh grasses are almost white in contrast to the trees behind. Just gorgeous. I forgot to mention at the start that we were lucky enough to get rain over the last 2 days. After our extended drought late this summer, we finally got some decent rains. At our house, we got 2 1/5 inches of rain, according to my rain gauge. So pretty good. Some places got more, I'm sure. Some probably got 3 inches or more, but at least we got that much. So it's a start back to the recovery, hopefully. And I think there's some more expected over the next couple of weeks. We're actually in a predicted storm track for the early part of November, so, or maybe even through most of November, so that'll be good. Hopefully we'll get some more rains before winter sets in. Well, the little cave actually has some water flowing through it again, so that's good to see. The last time we were here, it didn't have any water running, basically. Well, this day certainly has that unmistakably November feeling to it. Gray, overcast skies, brisk wind and cool, and a very definite feeling of sadness in the air. At least that's what it feels like to me, even though it's very pretty as well as we go along. With the prevailing southwesterly winds, the duckweed has accumulated at the east end of this lake here, making for quite a nice pattern. Another reason I wanted to get out on this trail today was that beginning on Monday, the main gun deer hunt begins for about 2 weeks in this whole general area. So during that time, I tend personally to stay off a lot of the trails north of Harrowsmith. I think south of there, it's a little safer because you're getting into more built-up areas and people are probably generally more careful about where they're shooting. But if you go further north into the wilder sections of a lot of the places I walk, I just don't really want to risk it being out in the open or out on these trails where there could be people hunting on each side of the trail. I mean, the chances are probably small that they're going to look at you and think you're a deer, hopefully, but I'd rather not risk it. Here's some nice bittersweet berries with some remaining leaves on the vines. Very pretty plant, especially at this time of year when the berries go orange. And the Latin name for this is Celastrus scandens. So in addition to the bronzy golds of the red oaks that we're seeing in the foreground here, we also have some nice yellows remaining among several trees. Here we see big-tooth aspen still holding on to their beautiful yellow leaves, and we've also seen quite a number of birch trees still holding some bright yellow leaves. Of course, the common juniper shrubs stay nice and green all year round. Here are some purple flowering raspberries still holding on to a few leaves. In this view, we have nice yellow poplars overtopping the cedars down below, giving a nice contrast between the yellows and dark greens. Well, I think this is one of the first days this fall that my hands have actually been quite cool while I'm out hiking. Of course, I don't have any gloves on or anything, and I don't usually put them on until it gets down to around 0. And as I mentioned earlier, it's 5 degrees right now. And the hands are just a bit cool, nothing major. Still a very refreshing day for a hike. Okay, it's 1:20 and we've reached the west end of Garter Lake. We're now just going to walk up alongside it here. Not sure how far we'll go all together, but we'll go up and get a good look at the lake. Very pretty at this time of year. A nice little collection of maidenhair spleenwort ferns growing on the cliffside here. Well, the good thing about coming out on these trails at this time of year and on a day like this is that there's very few people out here. After over an hour of walking, I haven't seen anyone yet. So you have the whole place to yourself for the most part. It gives you more of a feeling of being an old explorer in the old days, checking out an area for the first time. A little bit of romanticism involved in that, I guess. We're just coming up to the east end of Garter Lake. It's to our south here. We'll be passing that shortly. I'm not sure how far I'm going to go, but we'll see what things look like up ahead. Quite a large cliff along the south side of the trail here at the east end of Garter Lake. It looks small here, but it's probably, what would it be? 80 to 90 feet tall, I guess. This cliff is nicely covered in rock tripe, one of the large fungus that grow on rock surfaces. So we just passed the 50-kilometer point on the Cataraqui Trail. And now we're coming out to another small lake, it looks like. I assume we've gone by totally the east end of Garter Lake, and this is something else entirely. Although if I look at an air photo, they might be joined somewhere back there. But I think this is totally separate. This looks like a little marshy lake here. .152, and this is definitely the furthest east I've walked now on the Cat Trail, over this section anyhow. Now we have a long straightaway ahead of us, and I'll go up to maybe halfway along here just to see what's up there, and then we'll probably turn back because we've been walking for almost an hour and a half now, and of course we always have the same distance back, so it all adds up, unfortunately. But a very enjoyable afternoon out here. Still haven't seen anybody. I'm starting to feel like I'm Charleston Heston in the Omega Man movie. If you haven't seen that one, you should see that one. But basically, he's the last man alive on Earth, and he's searching out other people. And not that I'm searching out other people right now, but I do feel like I'm the last man on Earth. So these red oaks here are a beautiful wine red color almost. It's 2 o'clock now, so we've been over an hour and a half walking. And I'm just going a bit further. That's the problem when you're on a new trail or a new section of trail you haven't seen before. You always want to see what's up around the next bend or over the next straightaway, which is up ahead still. I'm just curious if there's wetlands or lakes on each side of the trail up here. It looks like there might be, but there may not be either. So we'll just go up a little further, 400 or 500 meters, and then we're going to turn around because we've got a long walk back still. Well, as suspected, there is a big marsh on the left side of the trail in here. So I'll just go up a little further to see what it looks like, and then we'll head back. We've had a few sprinkles of rain here and there, nothing major. By and large, just a cloudy day. It's funny how if you just look at this scene in isolation, you'd almost think it's summertime. Nice lily pads out on the water. Looks like the beavers have their lodge all ready for winter. And here are some recent beaver chewings on this tree. And they actually cut this section down and have been taking bark off different pieces and the branches. Okay, I'm actually going further than I said I was gonna go. This corner up here has me intrigued, and I really should head back. But I'm just gonna go a little bit further to see what's up here. I guess I shouldn't really do this type of thing very often, where I'm out walking in the wild by myself like this, an hour and a half away from my vehicle. And no cell phone coverage for me out here either, at least with my phone supplier. So if I ever had a heart attack or something, I'd be pretty well screwed, I guess you could say. I'd probably just end up out here passing away on the side of the trail. Maybe one of you folks would find me someday. Because nobody even knows where I am right now. I haven't told even my closest relatives or friends where I am, which isn't the normal way I do things, but just don't have cell phone coverage right now, and I wasn't sure where I was going when I left the house. Okay, it's 2:11, and as you can see behind me, perhaps the trail doesn't look all that interesting, at least in the immediate future, so I'm gonna head back now. We have a long way to go back, so not sure if I'll do much video, but I'll probably take a few snippets. Here come a couple cyclists, the first I've seen. I guess I'm not alone after all. And there they go. The goldenrods that were not long ago bright yellow are now masses of white seed heads. And here's some downy arrowwood, Viburnum raffinescianum. And here are some pinkish leaves of Viburnum acerifolia, maple leaf viburnum. Another large beaver lodge. Still a few little goldenrods hanging onto their flowers. .248, and we're back around the middle of Garter Lake. Beech leaves are a beautiful peanut butter color. Might be a little bit of clearing on the far horizon there, I'm not sure, we'll have to see. Looking a little brighter. Here's a rare Centaurea immaculata that's still in bloom. Spotted knapweed. These are very much in bloom along here in July and August, but this is pretty late for one now. .323, and we're back at Stonehouse Lake. So not too far to go now. Skies are still a little brighter over there, but not totally clearing. Okay, 3:40, and we're on the last long stretch back to McGillivray Road again. So it won't be too long before we get back to the car. And it's a good thing because I'm feeling it in my legs and feet right now. So it's 3:52 and we're just a couple hundred meters away from the end of the hike here. So I think I'll sign off. It's been a beautiful outing and I hope you've enjoyed the scenery and the various plants and animals we may have seen. And I think we've done about 6.5 kilometers each way, so 13K, I guess, something in and around there. Anyhow, I'm signing off. Until the next time. Goodbye.